What's up, everybody? I'm the agent.
I'm the investor.
And this is Real Content. Real talk.
Real talk.
So, one thing I noticed is you're putting out mad content.
Content game.
Yeah, so what's up with that? Why are you putting out so much content?
Well, why are we putting out so much content is really the question.
Well, I think, so one thing that I've noticed, you see it all over social media, like Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's a lot of these spiritual gurus, right? Like, what is your word
Yeah.
for the new year? Mine's content.
Yeah.
Content.
Content game strong, yeah.
Well, I honestly believe, like, we've got some good content to push out there. There's a ton of people who I feel are, you know, they've had this idea that they want to be a real estate investor, right?
Yeah.
Or they've had this idea that they want to be a real estate agent,
Yeah.
but they don't really know how to go about it.
Yeah.
So I think we're both pretty young dudes, and that we've both been successful doing our aspect of it. Obviously, me being a realtor, you being a real estate investor.
Yeah.
I think we could teach a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree, and I think by showing our collab and just some of the content that we're going to be some of the content. We're gonna be
Content.
But yeah, putting out all this, just content in general, right? Whether it's meetup or, daily vlogs to, structured, videos of us talking or getting interviewed or whatever, or podcasts, I think it'll give a better insight of truly what the lifestyle is like.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of goddamn work.
It is. It's a grind. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm saying just to even put the content together.
Yeah, and it's funny the misconception because I meet a lot of people and they're like, "Oh, you're a realtor. That must be great. Like the market's awesome, right?"
Yeah.
But it's actually a pretty cutthroat industry.
Oh, it's insane.
And the amount of work that goes into it. I mean, there's a lot of, and it all depends on what your success level is, right?
Sure.
Some people are very happy selling 5 to 10 homes a year. And that workload is obviously a lot less than somebody like me who is going to sell 50 houses this year, right? So kind of directing those people and kind of putting together a plan for each person's specific goals is crucial.
Yeah.
Like how hard do you want to work to be as successful as you want to be successful?
Yeah, and I think it's unique for people to see, like, this isn't all rainbows and kisses and unicorns, right? Like, seriously, there's big players that come from other states that try to come here and start flipping real estate. And they leave because it's too hard, right? Like they literally say because it's too hard.
Yeah.
And then obviously on the realtor side, it's the same thing. If you're in a big pie, well, there's a lot of people feeding off that pie.
Sure.
So I think it's unique to show people exactly what we're doing and try to give them some motivation or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. There's roughly 28,000 licensed realtors in Denver.
Yeah.
And 80% of the business is done by 20% of the people.
Yeah.
Right, and that's probably true with the flip game too, and the
yeah.
wholesale game, right?
I think it might be even tighter numbers than that.
Probably even tighter than that.
Yeah. And you got to think, 5% or so sell their property off market. The rest of 95% is working with realtors.
Well, one thing that I'm really excited about, like with our meetup group especially, is the opportunity to meet people who are interested in getting into real estate investing.
Yeah.
And whether that's like fix and flipping, or finding wholesale properties. Or maybe they just want to build their rental portfolio.
Yeah.
So they can have passive income coming in all the time.
Maybe they're just trying to invest.
Build a retirement.
Yeah, and I think that's what's cool about the meetup is that we want to, be in front of the community and get everybody out there and come just say, hi and grab a drink or whatever.
Regardless of what your level is, because I can assume that especially with all the content you're putting out, everybody sees like this guy's doing a ton of work. Like you're flipping it, and you're moving a lot of real estate.
Yeah.
Like as some average Joe that's never flipped a house, but I've read some books and I'm interested in it. It's probably pretty intimidating to come up to somebody like you.
Sure.
And talk to you about it. And this is an atmosphere where they can.
Well, it's great that you actually said that because I remember going to meetups, and it's almost like everybody's kind of segregated. Like, and then you hear, this guy's doing X amount of deals, and now you feel intimidated because maybe they're just too nervous to say hi. Well, we want to create that atmosphere where everybody becomes friends, and it doesn't matter your level of success. It doesn't matter if you're, like you said, you're doing 100 transactions or you've done none. Maybe you're just a small business owner or a big business owner in a whole different sector, but you just want to vibe with people that are like-minded.
Sure.
And I think that's truly what we're trying to accomplish here is where, nobody, don't be shy, come. But, you know, we want people to come and hang.
And one thing I've always believed, and this is kind of like my mantra, is that you never know what you're going to learn from anybody. Anybody on the street can teach you something, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that, I with Mile High Lifestyles, right? Jaden and I own Mile High Lifestyles.
Yeah.
We've got about 18 agents, varying in experience. Jaden and I, we do quite a bit of business. We've got other agents on the team that do just as much business. There's people who do more business than us,
Yeah.
and there's also people who are just getting started. You know, they got their license recently. I learn stuff from everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't matter how much you've done. You might have a time management trick that I've never considered that might help me take my game to the next level.
Yeah.
So regardless of who you're brushing shoulders with or who you're talking to, if you keep an open mind, you can learn from anybody.
Yeah, and I think, and to roll off that and past the meetup, but also doing all these videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
People get to really see who we are, you know, instead of like just being that mystery person.
Right.
They now can see our personalities
Sure.
and how, you know, we talk and operate.
Yeah.
And realize that we're just normal dudes, you know, we're just...
Well, one thing I like to just completely push the authentic
Yeah.
side of us too, because you see all these people who, hey, I sold 500 homes last year,
Yeah.
right? Or I did this, I did that. But we're going to show them the grind leading up
Yeah.
to it. Like when we're having a pretty shitty day,
Yeah.
maybe we can show people like, hey, this is what we're dealing with today.
Yeah. And we're going to be putting other content out. Like I bought a camera and everything, so we'll start doing some vlogs so people can see day in the life. And you know, it's more than just, oh, I did 50 properties last year, right? Like,
yeah, it's easy to get sucked into like, hey, I'm under contract, or
Yeah.
hey, I'm at closing, right?
Yeah, we want to show the
Let's show you what-
failures.
let's
show the
what's going on.
failures, show the success, just show everything. And I think a lot of people will relate and see what we're about by seeing us on video.
Well, I think another way is like through our podcast that we're going to be doing.
I agree.
Like just sitting down, I feel like we have some of the best conversations, and we learn a ton from each other when we're just sitting down and spitballing stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
And whether this is just general life stuff, or it's real estate, or what,
Yeah.
like people are going to get a lot out of that. I feel like.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes I think it's great for us to throw back, because we do have great conversations, right? So to try to get that recorded with, you know, some valuable content would be great. But outside of that, interview other people, whether they're in the industry in the commercial side or the resi side, or maybe they're just business owners of something else. I think it's interesting to hear other people talk, whether it's their personal interests or talk about business, and kind of just have diverse conversations of all topics.
Sure.
So,
Well, I also feel like business is a universal language. So whether you're selling widgets or you're selling real estate,
yeah.
there's going to be some parts of each of those businesses that are going to overlap.
Oh, for
we
sure.
can all learn from each other.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
I agree. I don't know what else we can tell people about what we're going to be doing, but basically,
I think they just better stay tuned.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Content coming at you all the time. All the time.
Yeah, content game is going to be strong.
Yeah. Content.
Cool. I think that's all we really need to talk about.
Amigo.
Cool, brother.
I'll see you on video, brother.
Content game.
Like, follow, comment, share.
Bang.